You're listening to Hair of the Dogcast, a proud part of the Greenlit Podcast Network. Check out Hair of the Dogcast and all of Greenlit shows at greenlitpodcast.com. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 97 of Hair of the Dogcast, our E3 2021 wrap-up and Dogcast season finale. We made it past the 5th season. Everybody,
we can't believe we made it.
Clap, clap, clap.
This is the 5th season?
This is the 5th season. Can you believe it?
Baby.
I'm one of your hosts. My name is Tom Wagner on this podcast of video games and beer and video games. I am joined by three amazing fellas from the Dogcast family.
I'm here. It's me, Dylan. I'm back again, talking again.
Dylan.
Into a microphone. Third day straight.
Three
so
days.
strong.
Yes. 3 days grace.
And I'm feeling
the
manic.
band.
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's talk about video
There's only
games.
20 more to go, baby. So buckle in. Buckle in.
We got this.
Dylan, it's great to see you.
Dylan said if they announce WarioWare at this E3, he will tattoo Wario on his butt. So that was said,
Yeah.
and we will see what happens.
I would
That
honestly
was a
get
verbal
Wario
contract.
tattoo. I would literally get an upside down W on my hand.
Right.
I love Wario.
And this fine fella right next to the D-Man, the Quinine Cowboy.
This is Nick coming to you for the first-ish time on this podcast.
Yeah.
I normally hang out in a different time period.
With the Raw Dogs.
With the Raw Dogs.
Season 2, represent.
Hell
There you
yeah.
go.
Sorry,
Yes.
I just threw up rocker hands, but you can't see that.
Nick, thanks for being on this podcast.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And it's great
Truly
to have
is.
you.
You know, something cool about Nick is he said, can I bring bourbon to this? Because when I watch Nintendo stuff, I have to drink bourbon. I'm like,
It's a
Yeah, so what started this?
Oh,
and
I
when did it
sh-
start? This is the true thing, right? You
Is
have
this
to
the
drink
NES?
bourbon?
Oh yeah, no. I've been drinking bourbon with Nintendo games since I was 21. Since I
The day I turned 21.
well the day 2 days after because there was a blackout period.
Okay.
But no,
What was the catalyst? Was there anything, or were you just
I
like,
don't-
you know what?
I don't know.
This Donkey Kong Country would pair well with this
I
fucking.
like drinking
Kentucky
good
bourbon.
hard liquor with strategy games, and Fire Emblem's one of my favorite Nintendo series, and it just kind of
Okay.
happened. Actually, I think I like drinking nicer.
Just stop there.
Yeah, period. I think I like drinking nicer alcohols while playing strategy games because of my Fire Emblem relationship with it.
Okay.
I don't know
I
which
think it's
came
also
first.
I think
Chicken
it's
or
also,
the egg?
I think it's also a speed thing where like you can have a bit of hard liquor and you can like sip it slowly.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Yeah, and also it's like I feel like a Caesar. You know, like,
I can
there's a
appreciate
bit of that.
Good anchovy dressing.
I love getting into the fiction and feeling a bit of a power trip.
Yeah.
That works.
No,
Right.
and I'm Brad, and I'm Brad.
and he's so cute.
Oh yeah, and Brad, are you here?
Brad is here.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I love video games, and I'm excited to see what I'm going to be playing the next year if I have time to. But yeah, currently playing Kentucky Route Zero and moving on to Undertale after that. But
Right on.
yeah, it's all right. It's pretty cool. Yeah,
It's great to have you here.
I'm excited to be
And
here.
it's great to have all the cool executive producers who are supporting the Dogcast. People like Brian Ward, Ryan Kristenick, Kip. I don't have any funny thing to say about your name this week. A moment on the Kip, a lifetime on the hip. I don't know. Tyler Keller, Allison Smith, Kate Conti, and the amazing, awesome people such as yourself who are listening to this right now, who have been with the Dogcast or are just joined us and got us through our 5th year of existence. That's half a decade. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. If you too would like to support the Dogcast, feel free to go to patreon.com/hairofthedogcast. We have lots of tiers starting at $1 if you would oblige. And if not, that is totally cool.
You should, though.
We're just happy that you are here. But yeah, you should. If you,
Dylan's not happy yet. $3 for Dylan's happiness.
There's piss and vinegar over on my
Yeah.
right hand side.
You know,
don't. But yeah, if you have no bucks to spare, don't worry. But we would appreciate if maybe you told your friends about us or left us an awesome review on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars.
Just a recommendation.
Always
That's
Yeah.
If you give us 5 stars, you can insult me any fucking way you want. How about that?
I'll extend that offer as well.
I wrote a review, and yes, he will allow it.
And don't forget, we will read your reviews if they are particularly saucy or creative. We'll read them live.
heinous.
I'm going to make
Really?
fun of you and pretend like I know you in return. That will be like I will call you like probably a dog fucker or something crazy. But
There you go.
Something creative.
Get ready
Yep.
for it.
Yeah.
I'll just say thank you.
Gentlemen, this week has been the week of Video Game Christmas, or what has largely been considered the Super Bowl of video games. It has been E3.
Is it still considered that though? I don't know.
Yeah, the jury's still out on that.
We've moved away from it, but
There's so many events throughout the year now.
Yeah.
It was nice to have E3 back after taking the hiatus last year, or at least having an event called E3, even though it was all online this year.
we still got the show.
Yep, we still got some good showings, which is what this episode is going to be of. This is going to be a compilation of our after shows after watching all of the, well, not all, but the main conferences.
Exposés.
Shit! The main conferences, such as Microsoft. We did Microsoft, Square, and Nintendo. Mm-hmm. And so you will be hearing all of our post-conference thoughts and our wrap-ups of
Some characters may enter, some may leave,
exactly.
including both Brad and Nick.
Yes. So first off, we watched the Microsoft press conference on Sunday, June
did.
13th. It was myself, Dylan, D-Man, you were there, and we
there.
had Dom of the Dogcast. He was also in attendance. And we hope you enjoy our thoughts. Should I cue some like music right now that goes?
We hope you enjoy them, but if you don't, we also don't
I
care.
definitely thought you were going with like some elevator music where it was just like.
What would be how do you transition into a Microsoft press conference? You go,
Oh, spacey! No, you gotta go super spacey. It's gotta be like that, like woo woo.
Mr. Caffeine. All right. We hope you enjoy this. Dylan gets spicy later. Don't worry. Very spicy. Hey guys, welcome to Hair of the Dogcast. We just watched the Microsoft Bethesda conference. Guys, what are the hottest takes that you have?
It was long.
It was long. That was 90 minutes, man.
I was impressed. I think they're really making a good argument to buy an Xbox Series X. Period. That being said, I don't know, man. None of it said only for Xbox Series X. They just advertised a fridge, by the way.
Yes.
That's shaped like an Xbox Series X.
Coming this
It's a mini fridge. Xbox and chill, dude.
You know what? If I've got disposable income,
What if it actually has the console? Like,
If it's the size of my RV fridge, I'll slide that in and replace it.
That's pretty fucking sick.
And yeah.
I don't know. I liked it. I thought they're really making the case for themselves, and I literally said halfway through,
yeah,
I'm buying one.
you did. You said it multiple times.
Yeah.
I probably
Dom.
not until 2022 for me.
Right, which is
what it's
where the
looking like.
majority of these games are releasing.
Right.
At least, yeah.
At least Redfall. They're
The only one that
clincher. Is that what you would call that?
the final.
Yeah, the
clincher.
vampire one.
Yeah.
It didn't interest me at all, to be completely honest.
Same here. Yeah, that was Arcane Studios. Yeah, and
What else have they done?
they've done like Dishonored. Actually, I don't know.
Okay.
Is that Austin? I think those are the guys that did Prey.
Yeah. Because
Austin team.
Very different art style.
Deathloop is the Dishonored people.
Yeah, Leon.
And this would have
Lion.
been Prey, the Prey people.
Prey people. Yeah, so we got a bit of Starfield. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Tom, by the way.
I'm Dominic.
Yeah, hey Dom.
Yeah.
Yes, those
I'm
are
here.
some good takes. Yes.
Yeah.
And this guy right here next to me telling me he was going to buy an Xbox. Who are you?
I'm Dylan. I already introduced myself.
All right, great. Thanks. All right.
Conan Cowboy, the Juniper
Sultan of
Jester, the
Swing.
Jin.
The Sultan of Swing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we led off with Starfield. Bethesda, or finally, quote unquote, showed Starfield. Mm-hmm. I was a little miffed
disappointing.
I was kind of miffed that they didn't. I mean, we're getting
Show
to
gameplay.
It's been in development for enough time now. Show
25
us
25 years.
Show,
25 years, Tom.
25 years in the making. Show us the game.
Yeah.
It was just a trailer, pretty much like a CG trailer, you know.
It's like, the future of humanity in the stars. I'm like, I don't fucking care. You got to show me something I can grab onto.
Sure.
That's it.
Other than that logo.
That logo's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's very symmetrical.
Yeah.
And what they did with the
Loops
T
around.
and the L, very, very nice.
Yeah, that's
so
perfect.
I give the logo a 9. The trailer,
I'd give the logo a 9.5 out of 10, actually. It's got great typography.
Very minimalistic. You know?
Yeah.
But
It's
that
comic
trailer, I would give a 3 out of 10
Yeah.
because
Oh
I
my
still
God.
don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do in that
It's
game.
going to be
Exactly.
Outer Worlds, but probably with
Is
a
it-
higher budget.
Is
Yes,
it Outer
I'm
Worlds
going-
or is it No Man's Sky or
It's
is
not
it,
going to be No Man's
That's what I'm
Sky.
saying, man.
It's
we
gonna
don't know.
It's going to be a Bethesda game. I don't know what we're expecting here. It's just the truth. Like, it's going to be kind of a Skyrim-like.
yeah, they've
That's what
confirmed
it's
it's
gonna
running on the same engine.
So
yeah,
it's Space Skyrim.
that's
For
my
all intents
guess.
and
I guess there are
purposes.
supposed to be. I heard like maybe some kind of resourcing portions of the game. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't even know what that means.
Kind of like mining, like that's just what I heard. But
Something
I could
I
be
like
wrong.
more than mining.
We didn't find. We have no idea what it is.
And crafting.
Well, that's what No Man's Sky is, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah. I mean, if they can get the vibe right, this kind of looks. They kind of look like they went to a pseudo like predictive future type of situation. They're not really going to sci-fi with it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Speaking of Outer Worlds, they did kind of announce Outer Worlds 2 with a tongue-in-cheek trailer. That made me happy. I'm a big fan of the first Outer Worlds, but it sounds like they're really, really early in the development of that game because the trailer basically just poked fun at the fact that it has no story.
Right.
It has no
It has
game.
no
Right.
like game design whatsoever, except for lens flares. And,
Yeah. No release
is
date.
does that game? So I haven't played it, but does that game have like a quirky English narrator throughout the whole thing?
No.
Okay.
No. It's from the guys that originally made the first Fallout, Leonard Boyarsky and I think Tim Kaine.
They essentially did their own version of Fallout 3. Is that my
Right,
best way of
right.
describing
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a satirical look at like corporate America and also the scorched earth of humanity.
It kind of beats the hell out of you with it.
Like the whole game has kind of like a tongue-in-cheek narrative, but when you get towards the end, then it gets a little more serious. You're like, oh, this is like what this is all leading up to. This is why they make diet gum that doesn't make you hungry, and all these corporations take over these worlds. Anyways, the thing that I think kind of struck me the most surprising is the Halo Infinite was not really portrayed as the belle of the ball in this presentation, which I thought it would have like a big showcase. It had a medium sized. I mean, it showed multiplayer and the kind of revamped campaign graphics, I guess.
Right. I think they just know that we're gonna have a huge boner for it regardless, so they probably are just like, "You're gonna buy it. It's on Game Pass.
Probably like, we're
You'll
sick
play
of
it."
talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Or
Hopefully, it looks good enough now.
Yeah. You happy?
Yeah.
You happy, people?
It's like when they debuted the new Sonic the Hedgehog, they made it an event. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they just know that people who have Xboxes have it for Halo,
Yeah.
and so
And many people who pre-ordered their Xboxes and actually got one probably pre-ordered Halo with it. And then
Well, all
it
the
did that.
commercials before it showed up, like
it was on the fucking
Halo's
box.
coming
It's
in
on the
like
back
a
of the
month.
box.
Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
box.
I know.
I don't know. What were your impressions of the Halo? Dom, you seemed like, hey, this looks pretty good.
They didn't have like weird pillars in the back that looked like just sticks. Like when I was watching, I was like, what is the texturing in the background?
Yeah.
And I thought it was just my TV or maybe
Yeah.
the footage I was getting off YouTube or whatever. But then after like it aired, everyone was like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, okay, I guess it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
Right.
It did look better. I'm glad that they took the feedback from the fans and are actually taking time so they don't cyberpunk it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they tried to show like some of the campaign. There was a conversation with Cortana. There was
who lost her sweet digital boobies?
Was that Cortana?
That was
doesn't
supposed-
matter.
It's like
we'll
a
find out.
copy and
Yeah, whatever.
Will we find out?
Did she go rampant?
She was like, I was supposed to be deleted, but
Here
I am.
Hello. But they didn't really show a lot of gameplay of the campaign. It was just kind of
They did
a
a
real small
cinematic.
environment. Yeah, it was like a cinematic. They did show the multiplayer, which looked pretty decent, I guess.
It looks like Halo multiplayer. Like it looks exactly the same it's always looked, but with better graphics.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do agree with that sentiment. I actually do think that's the way that they can handle this properly because Halo 5 was such a downer for so many people.
Right. But one game that did get your fancy of flying was Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna play the
I
hell
think
out of
all
that.
three of us were
That was really
screaming in our
good.
jeans
Yeah.
for that one.
Fucking wingsuits.
Yeah.
Just zip lining all over the place.
Weather like tornadoes kicking up dust.
Driving ATVs into helicopters.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
jumping off at the last minute so it hits it. Yeah, Ospreys.
Osprey. If it's got an Osprey,
Yeah,
sign me the fuck up.
That actually looked really nice. I thought that the aesthetic worked. I don't know. It's going to be another one of these games, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
I always play the Battlefield games,
Last
At least
one I
at some
played
point.
was Battlefield 1. Yeah, I skipped
which
first.
is still
Wow.
my favorite one
Yeah.
by far. I love the World War I stuff.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Fucking flamethrower. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. What else did we had? We had Psychonauts 2 finally got a release date. That is coming out in August on the 25th. So that'll be Game Pass day one. Definitely looking forward to that.
Me too. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
All the Yakuza games are now available on Game Pass as well.
Every
so
single damn one. Yeah.
go and play Like a Dragon. Go
can-
play it.
If you can do it.
If you can do it.
I'm doing it tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll probably be doing Aegis Rim again, but
Hell yeah.
I'm getting so far into it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, screw it.
Right. Oh, Hades is coming out for Xbox, so that's
Play
cool.
it. It's
Your
a
favorite
wonderful video game.
We had a Fallout 76 expansion that
Great.
Dylan is really into.
Yeah.
But that Stalker game, that was the second game they showed.
Stalker 2.
Stalker 2,
That was a very long trailer.
Heart
Yeah.
of Chernobyl. That was, there were a lot of long trailers.
I was more intrigued by what the gameplay looks like. There's like weird devices and there are things you have to do that aren't necessarily just shooting at something.
Right.
So I said
And
to
a
myself,
vibe
okay, yeah, I can work with this. So
But it has one of your least favorite tropes of first person walking into a person and then
and then it's
exposition happens.
and then it's you.
I don't want
standing
NPCs
there.
dancing. Don't want them dancing.
Listen, if I put down, if you give me something where I just like, if it's not like a full cinematic where I'm seeing people like move throughout the screen and I'm just watching someone monologue to me, that sucks. It's boring. It was kind of cool when they really got mocap down for video games,
Yeah.
but now I'm just like, if you're giving me incentive to put down the controller, you're not doing your job as a video game. I'm sorry. Like I do it for Death Stranding though because.
But I love Kojima.
Well, you have to do that with that.
I have
Stranding.
hours and hours.
My issue might be the first person version of it, where it's just there's no situation in which you as a human being would walk up to another person, stand completely still, and just turn your head and watch them move around the environment. It's unnatural. It doesn't feel right.
And I think you made the argument for Half-Life Alyx, but you are in a VR headset and you don't
Actually
have
do
to
it
watch
yourself.
them. You can literally turn around and be like, "What's going on over here?"
Right. Yeah. But there's not saying you can't do that in Chernobyl to like just. Like,
I don't think you
totally
can. I
ignore
think it's-
everybody that's.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think it turns into one of those cutscenes
Yeah.
where it's just like, "Oh, here we go."
If it's done well, I have no problem with it at all. So
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I also see where Dylan's coming from, where if it's like you're doing yourself a disservice of me wanting to put my controller down, and
Like,
sometimes I want to put my controller down.
But like putting the
pull
controller.
your phone out, and then what's
Yeah,
the point
I
of
gotta
even
check-
watching the cutscene to begin with?
Well, it's just not impressive.
Multitasking.
At least
All about multitasking.
the one thing Kojima did right in Death Stranding was actually like setting up shots.
Are we talking about Death Stranding again?
No, what I'm saying is
no.
the
Okay.
comparison.
Okay, moving on. 12
I gotta let
minutes.
you borrow that game, dude.
Right? Yeah, I do.
You gotta play it.
They'll come out with the PS5 version, which is probably going to be at the Sony.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going.
Are they doing a state of play?
I don't know. I don't think they've announced anything. But back to Xbox, we saw 12 minutes. It's an indie game from
my first time
Annapurna.
seeing it.
I'm
Really?
Yep.
I'm super
I've-
intrigued by this game. This is probably the third E3.
Yeah,
it's been at.
Yeah, it was announced a while ago. Yeah.
James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Yep. Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, back when what was going on? Three
Green
E3s
Goblin.
ago.
Yeah.
Probably the first Force Awakens was being released.
the fir-
Yeah,
not that quite. Not quite that far.
Yeah,
First
but
Force
like,
Awakens, not the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a game on a time loop of 12 minutes, and every time your husband gets murdered, something like somebody
vice
dies,
versa. Yeah,
and your job is to it's a puzzle game, I guess, or a narrative
figure out how she got killed, why she got killed. It looks
to stop
great.
it, I
It's
guess.
very like
It's a time.
Outer Wildsy in a one
Yeah.
in a room.
Right. It's the room. Oh,
Yeah.
Hi, Mark. Yeah. I would still play. Nobody. Yeah. If anybody announces the room, the video game, this E3, I sign me the fuck up.
Yeah.
Of course.
What else do we have here?
We had quite a few things that really
30
kind of
games.
There was like Somerville.
Yeah.
That looked good.
Actually,
Stylish platformer.
that caught my eye. You were saying it was kind of like it felt very inside
Inside-y,
to you.
yeah.
Or
But then all of a sudden there was aliens and I
Limbo
want to
and-
figure out that game for sure.
Yep. What was the other? Oh yeah, was it Replaced? That was the other one that
Yeah.
looked really interesting.
That one
the
seems
cinematic
fun.
platformer.
Which one was that?
That was towards the end. It was another kind of platformer, and it looked kind of had Somerville vibes to it. We saw some Far Cry 6, Shredders. That
does look good.
Not a mutant turtle.
I don't
Ninja
know if
Turtle.
I like the title of it,
Yeah.
but it did look like it wanted me
What, it's
to.
not Gnar enough for you?
Oh no, that's what they should have called it.
Gnar.
Gnar,
That actually would be
dude.
pretty good. But if you spell something Gnar, half of America can't-
Gnar.
they can't pronounce it.
Yeah. I used to have a license plate on the front of my car when I moved here. It was a New Mexican license plate, and it said "Who knew," but spelled with a G. So it was GNU.
Oh yeah.
And people were like,
Who knew?
"Yeah, who? What? And
Who knew?
Wisconsin needs to do better. We can do better.
No, I think our entire education system needs to do better, but that's fine. I
Yeah.
when I had hooked on phonics, it was great.
It worked for you. But yeah, Shredders looked good. Got some SSX kind of steep vibes from that, and looks like
I'll play it.
snowmobiles and just snowboarding. Really,
online
I
multiplayer,
think
it looks like too.
Yeah.
Shredding with your homies.
that looks
Dude, I'd play the hell out of that with you guys if you wanted to. Play it. Honestly, like that seems fucking cool. Like
and it seems like most of the games that they announced are coming to Game Pass. Not everyone, not the big ones like Far Cry and the Battlefield.
well, you
I think
got
you
to
said
pay
like
for those.
30 were announced, and
30.
and like
27.
27 are going to be on Game Pass.
So, yep, 27
that-
games are
I'm
coming.
Three
gonna
of
be-
them weren't.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I expected more
Please.
like out today, like
Same.
smaller titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indie games. If
Yeah.
12 minutes had dropped, like Shadow dropped today,
That would have been awesome.
That'd be
Yeah.
my entire night.
I would have stopped the stream.
Yeah.
Probably. Just been like, you guys, I'm going to go download this quick.
it's cool. I'm the host now.
Yeah. Oh, God.
but yeah, that like the earliest game I think was June 22nd, and you know which game it was? An expansion pack for Sea of Thieves, which is
Yes.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
So how did
expansion.
that? You're the most seest of thieviest among us.
I've played a lot of it. I've just got like a pirate boner.
So
and
does
I
this
hate
do
Pirates
anything-
of the Caribbean.
Okay.
I don't like that series all that much. I think
like
the
the
first movie's fine.
I think the first one was pretty good.
I think the first movie's fine.
Yep.
After that, I'm just kind of like, all right,
No, it got
the
its head
bit's
up its
over.
ass.
The bit's over. Like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I like Sea of Thieves a lot because it is
Would this make you want to go back into it?
no.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I can't imagine it would make anyone want to get into it.
I just want a decent pirate game where I don't have to deal with like.
I think it would attract some people.
I'm sure.
It's going to
like,
attract
oh.
a lot of people.
Well-
I'm sure half of the people who play Sea of Thieves are just like, oh, fuck, I get to meet fucking Jack Sparrow. I'm like, I don't give a shit about Jack Sparrow.
Wow.
I accidentally
fuck
made
about
the
you.
Pirates of the Caribbean joke, and then it turned into
Yeah,
that.
you're like, oh, they got the pirate lady.
Yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean.
They got the Caribbean girl.
Yeah.
We also saw Forza Horizon 5,
That looks sick.
which
yeah,
looks
that was
dope as
the
hell.
penultimate game.
Yeah.
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 The second the music started, I was like, they're going to Mexico, baby.
Yeah. The graphics, what they showed,
Oh man,
looked pretty good.
folks, I got to tell
It
you,
looked almost
There's
photorealistic.
just something about dust flying behind you in a car that just makes you want to go.
Yeah.
then them driving through the water and the kick up, I'm like, that looks like real kick up. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, well,
God rays.
God
For
rays, God rays, for
Days of God rays.
I love that they
Ooh la
take this
la.
really photorealistic version of a car like simulator game and then add like barrel roll bouncing and
Right.
bowling ball
It's arcade,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Can I draw a dong on it? That's my.
Right.
If
Let
you
me
can
do that.
put the logos together to make that on the side, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's the game I think maybe was my tippy top.
Yeah, I think Microsoft might have agreed with you because they spent a lot of time on that game. That
Yeah.
must have been like at least, 10 minutes worth.
They always make, well, I think they have to. I think they understand that this is probably the best looking game in their library right
Yep.
now. And if they weren't gonna promote it like that, then why even bother? Because they've had so much fiasco with, Halo Infinite, stuff like that.
Right.
Like if they're not
Here's a
gonna
game that
promote-
looks good off the bat.
Yes, here's
You
a
know?
game that, oh my God, here's a reason to actually get a new TV
Yeah.
and get a new system. That's all they have to do.
Still a bit shocked. I'm still kind of a bit shocked that Forza Motorsport is it's been leapfrogged by the next Horizon. They didn't really show anything.
That
of
can't be
the-
right, though. I think 5 came out after 4, Horizon 4.
No, there hasn't been. There has
I
not.
do have to look this up.
Do it.
I'm going to.
Yeah, because they went back to the drawing board, building it from square one.
Square one.
Age of Empires 4 looked pretty cool. That looked almost like half Total War, half Age of Empires, and it was set like during the Crusades. Or they did show Joan of Arc.
I think it's going to span a lot of different things.
Yeah.
That's just technically how it goes.
Yep, but it's been a while since I played an aged game.
So
You can tell me I'm right.
they did leapfrog it. You're right. I apologize.
Hey man, it's okay. That's why we're here. Checks and balances.
Oh, absolutely.
I appreciate that.
No,
Follow up.
I honestly thought that 7 came out after 4 because I did think it was one of those like jump to jump to jump.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I still play 7 every once in a while. It's still good.
Yeah, I still race Camel Toe Lover.
Yeah, I still see. Are you Demon's Draw, Dylan?
I'm Gygus Grolix.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are always the car I have to beat for first
Yes,
place. when
I
play.
think they do that on purpose.
They do. Jerks. This weird game that Brad and his brother probably like, Uden Chronicles, this Suikoden successor,
Yes, spiritual. Yeah,
spiritual. I don't know. It looked good.
it looks
I mean,
fine.
it looked like fucking
Coming in
Octopath Traveler.
2023. Oh no, summer
Not a bad
2022.
thing. Yeah, there were
One,
two.
yeah, there were
games.
two.
There was one called
One came out in
Light.
22. Rising.
Rising.
Is it
Rising, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that looks like a side scroller kind of,
Yeah.
like probably action RPG. I
Right
would
on.
imagine. Yeah.
I guess maybe I'll try it. Maybe.
Have you played Octopath?
Yes. Yeah, I have Octopath. We talked about this on the last cast. I enjoyed it, but I fell off of it after a while because it was very samey.
Same, yeah.
You know.
That's just what happens.
So if you give me a game in that art style that actually just is compelling and has a
Yep.
actual like throughout, narrative through the whole game, I'll
instead
play it.
of just story vignettes.
Yes. Yeah.
Baselessly kind of looped together.
Yeah, it's so disjointed. Whatever. We'll save that for the Octopath Traveler cast. Wrapping up, I guess, a little bit. Flight Simulator, they showed that is coming out to Game Pass this year. And there's a Top Gun tie-in that Dom sussed out right away. Mm-hmm. Yep. I'm surprised they didn't do, like, Kenny Loggins. I mean, that would have been just...
Val Kilmer, hopefully, is an
Can they afford
unlockable
Danger
character.
Zone?
Yeah, can they afford Danger Zone? I think so. I think they can afford to buy Kenny Loggins.
No, they
and just
can't.
model him in the game flying. And then
we ended with a new game from Arcane, Redfall, which was they said it was a multiplayer shooter, or you could play it solo. Very sassy yuppies versus vampires.
Yeah, I felt like there was too much going on in that video game because it was like cool.
It was just a straight up trailer, but it was a long ass trailer.
Yeah. But it was like cool.
Annoyingly
There's
long.
immediately magic because she's flipping the book with her magic powers, right?
Right,
And then
yeah.
you've got all the other characters being introduced, and then all of a sudden there's vampires and this and that. What? It's like Starfield all over again. What the fuck is this?
What is it? Yeah.
People need to start showing actual gameplay footage.
Well,
And
even
whether
or just
or not, like,
telling us what
it's-
kind of game it
but
is.
it's also you've got to temper expectations. I know that a lot of this stuff is still about hype, but just fucking give me something that I can hold on to.
Give me some truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they seem to be in the corner of it to end on it and spend so much time on it.
Yeah. That was
So
odd though.
it must be something they believe in.
Yes. I love
But it
Arcane.
didn't- right.
I still want to go back and play Prey. I have not. But
It's very good.
Yes.
It didn't make me want to believe in it though, but I know that they do.
Right.
So they'll probably bring it up for the next 3 E3s and
Give me something to believe in.
yeah.
Oh man.
What about that Contraband game?
Contraband. Yeah. The Steely Dan.
Yeah.
That gets, like I said, that gets my vote for the best use of music in a trailer. Because that
Okay.
kicks ass.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But they played Do It Again. So here, is it another time loop game? I don't know.
No.
But the trailer looked good.
I think it's about a runner, like a drug runner or a
Okay.
like weapons runner or something. I'm going to assume that this game is literally about probably being crafty and clever and trying to get shit into places. It's my prediction.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's good. We'll probably
Always
find out.
always up the beehole.
Yeah, we'll probably find out 3 E3s from now when they're finally ready
Yeah,
to show
when
the
they
game.
Press X to stick it in your bung.
I guess. Okay. Overall thoughts. Final closing thoughts. Do you think Microsoft delivered in this showcase?
It's fine.
And Bethesda.
I don't because I still feel like I don't need an Xbox.
Okay. Do you think they delivered for you for 2022?
Possibly, but in 2022 when none of these games are out still for
Right.
the next E3,
TBD, right?
am I going to be just pushed out to the next year as well? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, games, man, they're getting harder and harder to make. I kind of understand it to a certain degree, but I'm also like, when they show up, they show up. Like, what's the point in... Like, that's half the... I'll get excited for a trailer, but I'm not jumping through hoops to be like, oh my God, look at this shit.
Yeah. It's not like the old days.
If I have to look forward to something a year out, I just wonder what happened in my personal life that I just have nothing going on.
That's true. And there's so many. I mean, nowadays.
Show me trailers for things that show up 4 months from now. I can dig with that, but you tell me there was one that said 2023. What's the point in even showing that? To get it in people's collective conscious, or is it are they just bragging that?
That one might be because it is a Kickstarter game.
That's
and
what I'm
people
thinking.
are putting money
Yeah.
into
It's
it,
coming.
and they're going, "Hey, the
Yes.
money that you guys gave us, it's happening." That's the only reason I can think for that one in particular.
Right. That's why.
But even hearing 2022, I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Exactly.
Hey, we're already
cares?
halfway through 2021, so
Might as
it'll be here before you know it.
Might as well already be in a grave somewhere.
Yeah, and we're in an era now where a lot of these games have already been announced or
Yeah.
have leaked, and we know. So back in the day, E3 just before
Man, remember when
access
it was
to
the
all
shit?
the fucking information.
When it was the
they would
shit.
just drop things.
Oh my God.
They'd
I
be
also
like,
think that COVID probably had something to do
Yes.
with
Oh, God,
the
yeah.
fact that everything's releasing next year.
It's fine.
Yep.
This
It
year
just seemed like enough.
This year was always going to be this year. That's just how it is. We got enough stuff to look forward to. And
Yeah.
this is only Microsoft.
And if you're out of shit to play,
There's a ton of
Sorry.
things to play.
Yeah,
You're not,
yeah.
You don't not have
what's
shit
wrong
to
with
play.
you? What's wrong with you? But
If you have Game Pass, there's so much shit on there that you can just literally just I don't know.
yeah,
I'll try out River City Girls. It's fine.
do it.
It actually
I love
looks
that game.
great.
It's really
It
good.
was on sale the other day. I
Oh, really?
almost
It's
bought
worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played it with my love partner. We enjoyed it.
I love Pirate.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty strong showing. I mean, it was an hour and a half straight outside of the random, hi, let's show you this
Hi.
this locale in Mexico.
I'm the guy who was working on Halo
Right.
for a very long time.
I'm Joe Staten. I'm the father of Halo.
My joke was, I swear to God, I'm not tired.
They let me out of the cage for this.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, I don't think it was like a home run or anything. But
No.
there was a lot of good things, but not a lot of huge surprises.
The fact that Starfield is an exclusive, that's going to bring a lot of people
That was finally
in.
confirmed. Yeah,
And I think we predicted that earlier
Oh, we
this
did.
year.
we did.
Listen to last week's episode of the
right.
podcast.
Damn right.
Cha-ching.
Hit that. That was the only one we got right. So, just kidding. I don't even remember anymore.
You never know.
Time is a flat circle.
Truly.
Yeah. Any
Time
final
is a
thoughts?
Starfield.
Any final thoughts, guys? This our first E3 conference is.
I can't wait for
Our
the
first
state
live
of
cast.
play when they finally announce the Indiana Jones game that Bethesda's coming out with.
I just got that shit
You
on
go,
4K.
girl.
Yeah,
That's
I wanna watch it.
That's what I have to say. Is you go, girl.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Get it.
You go,
Get it,
Phil.
Microsoft. Honestly, I think they're going to win this console war in the long run, just because
Now that's
they're
a hot
offering.
take.
Wow.
They're offering more.
Over
They just are.
Nintendo, who wins every time,
Honestly,
unless
there's no
you're the Wii U.
There's no. They are so above and beyond their.
Do they win every time? I don't know.
Not every time. What I'm saying is
They win by
I
heart,
think,
though.
I think the only competition is between Sony and Microsoft at this point. So,
Yeah.
I definitely
No
think
Switch
they're
Pro
gonna-
yet. Come on. Maybe Tuesday?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
Highly doubtable.
I feel like they
gonna break
would
Tommy's
have.
up. Tommy don't like that.
Yeah, they should have.
Tommy don't like.
They should have done it by now so that other people can announce the shit
That's what-
is
yeah,
coming on
exactly.
for it. But
Well,
I guess you have too many people that have a Switch. Even if you make games for the new Pro,
Yep.
you're gonna have to make them for the old one too.
Yeah.
So maybe I could be wrong, and maybe they will announce
I
it.
don't think they will. I think this is all malarkey. I think Nintendo doesn't.
bunch of malarkey.
Nintendo doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's
They're
not even the
above-
new
They
Pro.
don't.
It's
They've
they're
already
above the
proven they
din.
don't. They don't give a shit.
They're above the din.
They hate
They're
you,
watching
and
from
people
the.
love them.
They're literally watching from the clouds and laughing like they're fucking god or something. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, guys, let's go get some Doritos and some Mountain Dew and celebrate
yeah.
this awesome Xbox. Bethesda.
Totinos.
Wow, well, wasn't that an amazing after show, Dylan? What did
Dylan's about
wow,
to preach.
everybody
everyone.
stand
Look out.
back.
Give him some room. Give him some room.
did you
What we're talking about, Microsoft?
from your thoughts
That was fine.
of
was good.
immediately watching it, did you have any changes of heart? Did you
Yes.
learn any more information after the conference that would change your mind of anything or
No.
additional insight?
I'm just going to say right off the bat that they're making a good case for owning a Series X. PlayStation 5 has not so far done as much for me as proving that they care about me as a consumer. Mm-hmm. They'll have games I enjoy, sure, but are they day one on fucking Game Pass? I don't fucking know.
A lot of day one is a Game Pass, as we did talk about. I think their push is for Game Pass, and
Yes.
I forgot to mention, and we've talked about this on previous Dogcasts, that Microsoft is making a play to get an Xbox app onto smart TVs. I've actually been beta testing the iPhone version of
No shit.
the Xbox Cloud.
Cool.
xCloud, and it works fantastic. The only bad part is if you're actually playing on your Xbox and you boot up your phone, the cloud, it signs you out of your Xbox. So
They'll fix that.
yeah, so you don't really need. They don't really care if you get the console or not. They just want you in the ecosystem. But I think that Game Pass to me has always been the best value in gaming for a while now, and yeah, I don't know how you can dispute it. To be honest with you,
It's
Like,
not even.
I don't know
It's
how
not
you
even a
can.
purchase I think about, because when Netflix or something takes money out of my account,
Yep.
I'm always kind of just like, really, I don't know if I really watched that this
Mm-hmm.
month. But when it comes to Game Pass, I'm always just like, yeah, but I mean, think of how much I'm saving. So it's like I'm not gonna watch Stranger Things. Fuck. But I know I'm gonna play
The first
some-
season's the only good one, really.
It
2
is
and 3 were both really fun.
I was
According to
gonna
Brad,
say,
yes.
Yes.
I've seen 2. I'll attest it's good. So
Nice.
3 I did not watch.
Gotcha. Brad, Nick, you guys weren't here for the Xbox podcast. Did you watch the stream? Did you have any thoughts on?
I only watched like some quick highlights of it.
Okay.
And I mean, it's a good. You said it right. It's a good sale for like the Xbox Series S. I, as a gamer, will probably end up investing in a Series X anyways because
That's what you got to do.
yeah, I want to experience games how they were supposed to be experienced. But it was
With bourbon.
with bourbon, preferably. Depends on how fast paced the game is.
Right.
There were 2 highlights for me during the Microsoft conference.
Oh, do tell.
Yes, I was surprisingly excited about Halo. Halo 4 I purchased.
You were surprised by it?
I was surprised because
Okay.
Halo 4 I purchased and immediately hated within like an hour, but still played it. Halo 5 I was able to get for free with the purchase of my Xbox. I'm like, okay, and it was really bad. Like
That's what I heard. Yeah.
343 hasn't done anything good with. There hasn't been anything good with Halo since Bungie left, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they brought Joe Staten out on stage, who is one of the people in charge of the story, like since the beginning of Halo, and to have an OG member of the Halo family out there talking about it, and they listened to the feedback from the original gameplay trailer from whatever it was a year ago. It looks great. The multiplayer looks fun, and the fact that the multiplayer is free is awesome. Like, cool, good on you.
Right.
And God damn it, they got me excited about Halo. I'm not necessarily going to pre-order it or like day one, but I am giving it a chance, which I did not expect.
Sure.
And Ayuden Chronicle got some love, which is something I backed on Kickstarter. It's from
We talked about you on the stream.
Yeah.
You and your brother.
Yep, it's from
Couldn't
the creator
pronounce
of
it.
the
Wish you were here.
Yeah, nothing new from like on there that I saw, but the like little bonus side game that they were able to fund on Kickstarter, Rising, will be coming to Game Pass, which is great. Good for them. If they would have put the main game on Game Pass, I would have been like, "Yo, dude!"
Not the
like,
Kickstarter. Yeah.
I would have been like, "Just wait till I play it for 6 months and then put it on there." But
Yeah.
they didn't do that, so that's good.
Yeah, because when Bloodstain went to Game Pass, I was simultaneously really happy, but at the same time, there was a little bit of like I had a little bit of a grudge. Like,
Yeah.
I backed this fucking thing at like $90.
Yes.
And,
And you got the Switch version too, so double sorry.
yes. Oh my god! And I bought it. Yeah, I had to buy it again. Before it came to Game Pass, I bought it on Xbox as well, and then it came to. I'm a fucking idiot.
But yeah, it looks great, and it was fun to see it on the big screen, on the big stage.
Yeah. Right?
Yep. So
Looks great.
It's going to be a great game. I have zero doubt in my mind.
Yeah, and the one thing, going back to Halo, that we failed to mention, because I actually didn't catch it at the time, but the Halo multiplayer is free to play.
Yeah.
For anybody. You don't have to have like the Xbox subscription.
So it means microtransactions up the ass.
At least for
As long-
cosmetics and stuff like that. But
As long as they're
probably
just
more.
cosmetic and the game is the game,
Yeah.
you
Yep.
can do that.
Yeah.
I will allow
I agree.
that.
I agree.
I think that is technically okay. But I will say this.
I want to floss.
I will say this. I don't like it when it's a constant push onto you, because I still think that's predatory. If you load it up and immediately the first message that pops up is, "Hey, you could get a fucking Looty Caboodie."
Looty Caboodie.
Get after that.
Get your
Looty
Crash
Caboodie.
Bandicoot skin for Master Chief.
that is still predatory, and I still don't think that's okay.
Limited time
But if it's
only.
something-
Limited time. You only have 1 week to get it.
I don't mind that at the end of a match, if you get like a loot box and it says, "Do you want more?"
Wait, but if
Fine.
you're wearing the
Yep.
skin, does it play
That's
the
okay.
music? 'Cause
I agree
then
with you.
I'm in. Boom.
Yep.
I'll pay for the music.
I cannot be inundated.
Yeah.
I cannot be inundated with this crap because I played Trials Fusion a while ago on my Switch because I just wanted like an Excitebike clone because that's all that is. And I immediately, when I boot it up, it's constantly just ramming it into my fucking face like, give me money so you can have a skin for your motorcycle. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Is there an option where can I click an option that says you're never going to get my money, you fucks? And I can just,
Yes,
I wish.
I really wish
I
that,
already
too.
bought the game, fuckers. I don't want this. Goodbye. I wish it was in like the
then
licensing
fax it to them.
agreement.
In the same way that your spam emails need to have that stupid box that
Yes.
you can check.
Yes.
So
it'll be interesting to see what Microsoft does. There's no doubt in my mind there will be microtransactions of some sort, but to me, like, they have so much to prove with this fucking game, and they need it to land with the players because they need to.
Yeah.
You know, this might be Halo's last hurrah if it doesn't go over well.
They'll always be able to sell that shit.
Yeah. Well,
They'll just need to take 5 years so that the rose-tinted glasses come back.
You listened to your feedback and didn't listen to your feedback.
And moved on.
I'm just saying, at this point in the cycle, they have a lot to prove with the game. So we will see what avenue they take. But overall, we were pretty positive on the Xbox conference. You know what we weren't positive on?
Square Enix.
Ooh. That's, yes. That was,
my God.
yeah, how do you say this fucking blew a big one in,
There
in
was
Moogle?
nothing.
You say, I am Groot. That's how you say it.
There was nothing redeemable about this. In fact,
All right.
as Dom, you and I sat here,
Yes.
we were just getting tired.
Yeah.
We were just like, I was watching one of the worst commercials I've ever seen in my entire life. Whoever edits this shit sucks. And hire someone better. You can afford it. You're Square. And I was so angry.
Yep.
And it's funny because I've even heard people after this I saw online. People were like, "Oh yeah, that was okay." Yeah. I'm like, "What was okay about it? What was even approachably okay?" They had Guardians of the Galaxy, Final Fantasy Origins. What else?
They were getting paid to talk about it. Well, what was there, Dylan?
Yes.
We're about to tell the people what was there. You're going to hear the hottest takes. And don't worry, it doesn't last. It's about 10 minutes of us going, what the fuck is the...
But why?
It's just,
But why?
right. All right. Stay tuned right now for our wrap-up of the Square Enix conference. We'll see you on the other side.
What the fuck? What the actual...
Yes. Wow.
What the actual dog shit fuck was that? What
Okay.
what did I watch? What the fuck?
Guys,
What
wow.
the
Stellar.
fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
That was horrible.
Yikes.
What the fuck?
That was such a non-thing. It was even worse than horrible. Like, it was like...
I can't even like quantify how I feel about this. I'm like, oh, they're gonna do it. They're finally gonna do it. Nothing happened. Nothing about. Nothing looked good.
It was a complete non-event. Like, honestly, I mean, okay, Guardians of the Galaxy. What? Starting off with literally 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Like half of the entire show.
I could have watched a rerun of Cheers and felt more fulfilled. Like,
I mean, Cheers is an excellent show.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was a new thing I just saw, and I would rather watch an old thing I've seen a million times. It was not okay. None of this was okay.
Guys, they're replaying it right now.
They
Oh,
are.
thank God.
And Greg Miller's going to talk about it. Oh, wow.
I can't wait to hear people say, like, that was amazing. Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy. just
Can you
great.
believe that you get to pick your own choices?
Yeah,
You
no.
get to sell
nothing.
War Rocket.
Was there anything
No.
in here that tickled anybody's?
No.
No,
Absolutely
I'm
not.
honestly Googling to see if any of this
Dylan's
shit-
fucking leaving.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm trying to see if,
Yeah.
if Final Fantasy 16 has an actual release date or not.
I would think they would have announced it here if there was, and didn't even show 16.
How long was this? It started at
I would say about 45 minutes ish.
fucking good.
How long have you been
God in
streaming?
fucking hell.
Yeah, we've been streaming for 46 minutes, so about
Oh, it's
45
bad.
minutes.
That hurt my feelings.
You can do better than that, Square.
I don't think you can.
Next time, have Enix make the
I
presentation.
think you need to suicide. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was not okay. That was just not okay. And I don't really get upset about stuff like this often, but the fact that I took time out of my day to watch this,
Right.
in the hopes that something eventually would happen, I'm sorry, man. You wasted my goddamn time. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with you guys, but that's pretty much the only bonus of watching this.
I think maybe if
had a good
PlayStation
time.
has a state of play during all this that's going on, maybe hopefully they'll have more there.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't you have that in your own presentation if you're paying money to be a part of E3?
I think, and here's the problem. I think that Square Enix actually does have a few. We know that Final Fantasy 16 is a PS5 exclusive.
Yes,
Right.
it is. Yep.
Period. And I am going to hope that this was them just being constrained by the pure deals that they had going on.
That could be.
sense.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
the only thing that makes sense. Like, if literally they're like, well, it's a PlayStation 5 game, it's going to be on the state of play because that's just how it works.
Yeah.
But
still,
yikes.
not even an announcement that says like, stay tuned for, more details on other games coming.
Well, the thing about it that also stuck out is that all the games they kind of showed at the end in that quick montage, they were all games on systems that were not Xbox, or they were either PlayStation or Switch. Because The World Ends With You, Neo, The World Ends With You, is coming just to the Switch.
Yeah.
So,
Which might be one of the only games I was looking forward to. So, is that the Stranger of Paradise, that Final Fantasy third-person action game? You think that is the?
it is.
That's the quote-unquote Dark Souls Final Fantasy everyone has been.
No, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
What else could it be? Like, I mean,
don't
like
know.
they're not producing a ton of that, and it's clearly like in the leaks they were talking that it was a sequel to Final Fantasy 1.
Okay.
And they mentioned Chaos, which is the final boss.
Right.
Yeah.
He's got great armor.
Yeah.
Dresses so
Garland.
snazzy. Garland, yeah. Yeah, even that didn't look great.
Didn't look good.
All these looked like, I mean, they didn't even look like good for previous PS4 and
They looked like
Xbox.
PS3 games.
Either they need some more time in the oven, or, geez, COVID really did a number.
What's the other one that just came out that they were talking about? It was the Babylon's Fall.
yeah.
Okay. Now
The
Babylon's
Corpse of
Fall.
Scalebound? Question marks.
I think you're right on that. You did mention that during this stream, and I think you're on the money because I don't.
That one character looked a lot
Yeah.
there was some
Yeah.
sense memory of that
Yeah.
face. Just put a pair of white headphones on.
It
around
could
his
just
neck.
be the Platinum style, though. Platinum tends to make their characters look pretty much the same.
Kids have like a emo, short hair emo.
Bless them. At least they don't have Peter Quill's haircut in the fucking Guardians
Yeah.
of the Galaxy video.
You really
game.
hated that haircut.
It's gross.
I mean, it sucks,
It's an
but-
awful pompadour. He has a pompadour. He has like a modern pompadour.
That's my
It's
college
not good.
band. Awful Pompadour.
Mine
Check
was
'em out.
modern pompadour.
Ooh. Yeah, guys, I don't really know what to say. That was just, they probably could have sat this one out. That's
Yeah.
my hot take.
Well, they had to show something at some point, I guess.
Yeah, just give
But-
it to Xbox or PlayStation, though.
To be honest,
They were probably just like, we don't want this fucking shit.
Yeah, like they paid actual money to just show us that.
Yeah.
they sure as fuck did.
Yeah.
They paid someone to edit that Guardians of the Galaxy video we just watched. They
I hope that-
they paid someone to do that.
I hope that person can retire now, and they commanded a lot
I
of
bet
money.
they got the intern to do it because it felt like the intern did it.
I feel like the intern did that entire thing.
I think so. Yeah, I really
And
did.
they're like, stretch it out and give like
hire an
20
editor.
false endings.
Yeah, I feel, and I mentioned it halfway through. Like, I'm pretty sure they have nothing to show, which is why these trailers are all 18 minutes long.
Absolutely.
They showed 3 games.
3, essentially.
Yeah.
If you take out all those mobile games they just showed, they had 3.
Yep.
They're putting them remastered
Expansions.
on. Okay, they're putting them remastered on mobile, and I can see why they're doing it. Because if you've ever played one of the classic Final Fantasies on mobile, they use a really shitty iOS version with like retooled like sprites and stuff like that, and it looks awful.
Not good.
Great. I don't know if you needed a trailer for that because you could just replace literally. You could like slide them in and just replace the ones that already exist, and then no one would be any the wiser anyway. But the people who would be in the know would be like, hell yeah, and they'd buy it again.
Right.
You're not advertising to anyone who gives a shit.
Yep. Wow. Square.
Time to go back to square one, if you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
for real.
Yeah, I mean,
swear
maybe,
to fuck.
like you said,
They couldn't have shown anything about Dragon Quest or anything at all, like something to like wet my whistle, because I'm having like an existential
today.
crisis about
Not
this
today.
presentation.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna
I
be
don't know,
okay.
man.
Okay, so if you're still watching the feed,
Buck up.
they're still doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
They're talking about it. They're talking about it. It's an extended interview
Yeah.
because there's a lot to talk about.
Is there? Mm-hmm. Like what?
We've seen the whole
We've
game.
seen the whole game.
Oh my gosh. Well,
That put me right to sleep.
guys,
Oh my God.
unless you have anything to say more about this,
No, Square, do better.
yeah, be best. You're better than a square.
Go die.
Whoa.
I swear to fuck.
Yeah, but please release Final Fantasy 16 before anything. For doing anything drastic, please.
Should have just gone home and picked my nose or something. I don't know.
So, Dylan,
Fuck.
did you want to amend any of your thoughts of the Square Enix conference?
I hope we keep the
My
fuck
heart.
right.
My heart.
We
is-
apologize for all the swearing, by the way.
My heart has calcified, and now I am a statue of someone who used to be a human because my lack of empathy and hope and everything has turned me into a statue man. And I think that things are dumb and they suck.
Yeah. You're like one of those scale guys from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I got
just
the scale
coming
skin.
calcified.
Yep.
It was not
That
good.
was not okay. It actually just legitimately was not okay.
Just
and I know.
sit
But
it
dude,
out.
they're remaking Final Fantasies 1 through 6 for mobile again.
Right. With
Now-
the sprite
Again?
work. They're
with
fixing
the
their fuck
original
up.
sprite work. Okay, great.
Sorry.
But I'm not going to play Final Fantasy VI on my fucking phone. I'm sorry. It's
What about
not-
on your Ouya?
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm ready to boot that thing back up.
Yeah.
I got the Ouya 2 pre-ordered.
Brad was at least semi-excited because he just played the demo for Final Fantasy Origins,
Yes.
which we made fun of incessantly on the stream.
And I on the watching it on the presentation, I was like, oh no, for real? But then the demo was live, and I said, this is an excellent opportunity. I am very excited to play it. And then I had the same issue that everyone else did, which
Yeah.
was corrupt. You can't play this
So
shit.
the demo, I mean, in
Maybe someone like thought twice, like maybe we shouldn't release it.
Yeah, like
in ironic fashion, nobody could play the demo because it was actually corrupted. It was one of those things where the demo's available today.
But they patched it, and I played it, and there are things that I like about the gameplay. A Soulsborne, it is not. It's like Kingdom Hearts and Souls had a baby, and it takes place in Final Fantasy 1. It's fine. Like, I did enjoy the gameplay loop eventually, and I did appreciate how difficult the boss battle was, and you did have to learn attack patterns, and having played Bloodborne definitely informed my approach, and I definitely feel like I had the edge. But I mean, it's half baked. And at the very end, when you complete it, there's a survey you can take, and it's pretty much just everything like, did you hate this? Did you hate this? What about this part? Did you not like it?
Really?
Yeah, there's a survey asking like every question.
That's
like, did
kind
you
of
like,
what they do with Final Fantasy
I
15.
am so angry that they are still. I am not getting paid to focus test video games. Pay me.
Square
no,
likes
it's
to
an
do
option.
it.
It's an optional survey at the end of the demo.
It's optional, Brad. But I'm sorry.
No,
man,
I
it's
was-
kind of dumb.
No, I don't know. I was curious enough. I'm like, you gave me a demo. Like, I played it for like 2.5 hours. Like, if anything, I'm just more.
But you're buying into it, man.
that's
Dude.
being a responsible gamer. I want a better game later.
And I don't know. I was just curious too. Like, what are they
Jump
going to
off a
ask?
cliff.
What are they going to ask?
I'm-
And I was honest. I was like, yeah, I was pretty dissatisfied.
Oh God.
Final Fantasy Origins gets canceled.
Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin.
That's
like,
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
they really like make the Stranger of Paradise. That's the title.
That just
Final
sounds
Fantasy
like
Origin is a little
Isn't it Stranger
subtitle.
of Babylon?
No.
Oh, that's
It's
Babylon's
Paradise.
Fall.
They're all the same game.
Whoopsie-doodles.
All the same title.
Whoopsie doodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Oh my
surprised at
fuck.
the lack of Final Fantasy 16
Yeah,
That's going to be on Sony. That's going to be a Sony one.
I think, I
It's an
agree with
exclusive
Dylan
anyway.
as part of their stipulation for getting, for having it as an exclusive and Sony forking out the money to have an exclusive. I bet there's a deal there that says,
Now, it's a timed exclusive, from what I understand.
oh, really?
Yeah, it's
I
like
believe that's true.
I was under the impression it was a full-on PS5 exclusive.
They always change their minds. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. They don't tell you that because they don't want you waiting to pick up this game.
Yeah.
They tell you it is just an exclusive for this, and then they roll with that up until it's not true anymore.
Now, I think the biggest story is, Marvel's Avengers has almost 1,000 people playing it, and they dropped a DLC.
Almost.
A DLC for more content. They might reach levels of 1,100 with War for Wakanda.
You're being very kind with 1,000.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean,
When the ship is sinking, there's that many holes. You abandon that ship.
They probably already had this probably 85% done by the time they realized that it sucked.
paid a lot of money for that Marvel license.
So they're gonna.
Jesus Christ.
There are people who got the expansion pass. They do have to technically make it. So
It's just funny.
it's fucking stupid. Yeah.
It's sad.
If you had told me a couple years ago that an Avengers game would have bombed hard,
I would have laughed at you.
I don't. Oh.
Hulk wears a cowboy hat if you pay for it.
Yeehaw!
Ye Hulk.
Yeehaw!
It's just a game that just satisfies nobody or just doesn't have like a single.
No,
Its gameplay loop is very grindy. They wanted to do a looty kind
looty
of action
machine,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
it was
It's
a
not even
cash grab.
shooty.
It was very obviously just a pure through and through cash grab.
It
And
should
people saw through that.
It should
Branding.
have been. It should have been a single player experience that had replayability based on what you did with some RPG elements.
Yeah.
They leaned the other direction. And that's
Or
the
just
problem.
have like a growth tree for each of the Avengers and let you play as your favorite Avenger.
Yeah.
Very easy way to entertain people.
Yeah.
And people would have
Exactly.
been happier.
Yeah.
Like, it blows my mind. It really does. It was
Superman's
so-
not even in it.
Yeah, where's the Superman?
I mean, I am offended there was no Rabbit Girl. But
Well, what more is there to say about this big steaming turd of a showcase?
We're going to sell Groot and
we
Rocket
talk-
Raccoon.
Did we talk about anything positive on that one?
No,
there's
and
no
we don't
point.
need. We don't need to.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
I was saying
ended.
within the thing.
Yeah, it did finish at some point.
That Guardians of the Galaxy trailer was so. Oh God, I use this word too much. It was masturbatory. It's just like
that's
you
what
just needed
we
a
were
long
doing.
sesh. Did you jerk off earlier and you just couldn't handle the fact that you had to do it again and it just hurts now? Like, was it raw? Was the metaphorical penis raw and you just had to fucking get it done?
The dog was raw.
Dylan, it's okay.
The dog was
it's
raw.
not
Dylan, sit down.
okay.
Dylan, it's okay.
I think it's the raccoon that did it.
I'm gonna kill everyone here. I'm just kidding.
This might be the last season of the
really is?
Dogcast,
Yes.
everybody.
It's a series finale.
Guys, we need to get some Nintendo in here stat to calm him down.
But why? And it's just is this actually what people think and want? Is this real?
They had time. They had a time they needed to fill, and the answer is no.
I just don't. I don't. Maybe I'm gonna go to the moon.
Okay, the one thing I liked about Guardians of the Galaxy was when they did they incorporated the old songs into the team attack.
Yeah.
the Joe Jet bad reputation. I just like that song.
Doing
I liked
big
it.
jerk off motion.
I liked it too. It didn't look like the worst game in the world, and I will play it if it's ever free or $15. I'm sure I will beat it then.
But I made this comment.
never
I'm like,
will be.
It will. It
You
will.
could have told me that this was a rebroadcast of E3 like 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
And I would have outside of a couple maybe shots of some games, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
It's just how bad it was. But you know what's not bad? These shows from the Greenlit Podcast Network. Take a listen to these awesome shows, and we'll be right back to talk about Nintendo.
With a purposeful grimace and a terrible smile, join Nikki and Wyatt as we stomp our way through the history of Toho's Dai Kaiju films in Discuss All Monsters.
Are you telling me we're going to discuss all monsters?
We won't stop until there isn't a monster left to discuss. Smash that play button like Godzilla and King Kong smash an 18th century Japanese pagoda.
Only on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
We're the Spirit Hunters, and we're a show that treats Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho's author as the center of the universe. Some weeks we do linguistic analysis.
So the Chinese meaning of this character is to smelt or refine, but so the changed meaning in Japanese it means to temper.
Other times we get absolutely smashed.
So we take one shot every time. Yusuke uses the ray gun.
1 hour later.
This is the least coherent episode.
Sarah,
I think your apartment is haunted.
You can find out more about the Spirit Hunters right here on the Greenlit Podcast Network.
Oh my gosh, those are some of my favorite shows from the Greenlit Podcast Network. What a bunch of great people.
I love them.
That's one thing I can even agree on.
Yeah.
Dylan took his heart medication, and we're ready to keep talking about games.
We shot him with some Benadryl. he's calmed down a little bit.
I am now pacified.
Yes.
Actually, just some insulin right into the back.
Okay, so something that wasn't, I guess we can all agree, that wasn't as bad as the Square conference was Nintendo. Their Direct. They had their Direct on Tuesday. It's today.
What day is it?
I have no idea. It's been... They all run together. Time is a flat circle. We know this. So let's go ahead and get into our wrap up of the Nintendo E3 Direct. There were some things. They had some games.
A lot of games.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you through the warp pipe.
Shoop, shoop, shoop,
Bloop,
shoop.
bloop, 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 bloop. So guys, there we go. That was the Nintendo Direct E3 2021. Let's get your initial thoughts.
Oh, first, Allie says, Tom, you have to play with your toys.
Okay. All right, Alex. Fair enough. Thank you for that. I will take that under advisement and
Then ignore it.
yeah. I will open the Game & Watch one day, I promise. But as far as the Direct today, Brad, what do you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, just seeing that Dylan got excited means they did something right.
There were multiple times Dylan got sort of excited.
Very excited for the new Monkey Ball.
Yes.
There's new WarioWare. There's new Advance Wars. I think my favorite announcement was Metroid Dread. Even if I'm not 100% sold on the visuals, I think it still looks pretty great.
I like that it went to 2D. I
Yep.
like it.
The gameplay looks fast. It looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks pretty saucy. I'm into that.
And it's coming out this year, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
I thought it was probably the best presentation from E3 so far.
It was good. It was pretty stacked. I wrote down about 27 announcements altogether. I think 27, 28-ish. So yeah, that was a lot. So Metroid 5 for you? Would probably.
Monkey Ball is my favorite thing in there.
Oh, Monkey Ball. Yeah, right.
I
Honestly, just
kind of
that
knew it was coming,
collection.
but if it's just the collection, Monkey Ball, done it in a Space Odyssey style trailer, that's a recipe for Brad's happiness. So, yeah, I'm excited for all of it. Metroid 5 is Dread, whatever you want to call it, is like my favorite new thing. But
Sure.
yeah,
Mine as well. I think that was the game of the presentation for me, and just because, and also that it is coming out on October 8th, apparently, or at least scheduled to. So
And just the fact that we're getting something on Metroid, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I've been ready for it.
So Nick, how sad are you that the Smash character was not Fire Emblem?
I was entirely devastated. No, Smash is fun. I don't have a group of people that play it enough for me to like care about it that much.
Right.
But it was fun seeing Advanced Warfare. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Advance Wars 2 is one of the best.
So
Advance games.
I
Advance
wasn't
Wars
super-
rebooted,
yeah.
right, or Reboot Camp, or what was it? Yeah, Reboot Camp.
Yeah.
December.
I wasn't super shocked by anything. Like I got excited over several of them, but I feel like most of if you're paying attention, you kind of knew what was coming for this one. Yeah, no, I like good showing. Really good showing. I'm excited about a lot of things. I saw at least 7 games that I think are pretty much like I'm in.
Yep. Okay. How about you, Dylan?
Well, as always,
Piss and vinegar.
Nintendo is the only one that can melt my cold, dead, evil heart. And I got to be honest with you.
What's up to the test today?
It worked. It worked. Listen, I think they saved a lot of this stuff wisely for now. Mm-hmm. Like, if you gave me a bunch of this stuff, like, right off the bat, like, I might not have, like, if it were, like, spread out between all their other directs. But as a pure presentation, I was constantly just like, well, yeah, I'm going to have to get that. And
Good Mario Party looks good. WarioWare looks good.
Yeah, there were a lot of solid looks.
That one's exciting.
To be honest with you, I'm a Nintendo fan because they make these games that are immediately accessible. They are visually gorgeous. We were talking about Shin Megami Tensei 5, which looks better than it has any right to look.
5-year-old hardware.
Yeah.
I do have to say that the Protag design was a little like, wow, just leaning into your anime roots. Like, accessibility, I thought they were going to go for a bit more mild.
Yeah.
But
So too hardcore?
well, as a weeb, I could not care less. But
I think for people that might want to pick this up, they'll immediately just be like, this is kind of strange.
Yeah.
Most people are used to your very basic anime protagonist.
you
This
gotta
is
have
kind
the
of
blank slate.
This protagonist is very feminine. Mm-hmm. But I think that
But
works.
do they
in
have
their
amnesia?
favor.
Because
It's
then
true. It works.
It fits all.
Yeah.
I doubt it. The Advance Wars, it was nice to see. I don't know how I feel about it looking the way it does.
You were so excited, but you're like, oh, I'm not loving
Yeah,
it, but
the
I want to play it.
That pixel,
sprites.
I don't like the weird new like animation. I loved that pixel artwork more than anything when I was a kid. I would literally like copy my own drawings of like I would draw it. I would pause my Game Boy and I would draw the tanks because I thought they looked so cool. The airplanes looked awesome too. That stood out to me quite a bit. I'm with Brad on Metroid Dread. I don't know how they're going to compete because there are so many good Metroidvanias out right now that I could recommend over even like
The
a
genre
Super
has had
Metroid.
a renaissance over the years, for sure.
Especially with the indie surge, like that's the key to that.
Yeah,
all.
because Nintendo wasn't making them, so the indie community took it upon themselves.
And I am always kind of a sucker for collections of games. I think that is the true way to preserve video games for the future. So like this Danganronpa collection means something. I think obviously the Advance Wars one means something too. Even though it looks different, it's still preservation.
Yeah.
Because the game is still probably going to be exactly the same. I like it when they do that. Like it makes it more meaningful, and then you have so much content to go through if you want to.
Yeah.
Like especially Monkey Ball. Like how many people have probably played Monkey Ball 1 and 2? They were for the GameCube and
They
a
have the
Dreamcast.
handheld.
has.
They have the handheld version on the collection. They have like the Game Boy Advance game, like all of them. Put it in, just give it to them.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All the mini games
Super
in one
smart.
spot.
Well, it was such a smart choice to not separate it into collections either. You know how Mega Man had like 1 through 6 and then
different
7,
volumes.
8, 9.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they'd realized that no one wants any of them other than the first 2 games of Monkey Ball. So like we can't do that unless they have 1 and 3 games and then 2 and 3 other games.
Put all these on here, then we can charge $60 for the package. 'cause
Well, it's so funny.
Everything.
That's
Banana
probably the only thing
Blitz-
I will pre-order.
Banana Blitz HD though on the eShop, I promise you, is still probably $40.
Is it?
Which seems a little
Outrageous.
yeah.
Somebody missed a number somewhere.
It should have been a $10 game.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's fine.
Dylan Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to the Switch.
It's gonna look even more like dog.
You thought it
shit.
looked bad on the big boys. Wait till it's on your handheld.
It's not. Yeah, it's not gonna look good,
I've
it's
never-
not gonna run at any good
no.
frame rate.
Same
Just gonna
with, like,
chug.
Think of the Outer Worlds on Switch.
Doom
and then
Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah,
push
Doom
it down
Eternal on the
5.
Switch. I'm like, I don't want that.
Honestly, the first Doom runs pretty damn well on Switch.
Not as good as it does on an Xbox.
Yes, but it still runs very good.
There was a game earlier, right after Worms, called Astria Ascending, and that had a unique art style. I don't think we know really a lot about that game, but it looked like a side scroller. Cool art.
The art
RPG
style
elements.
reminded me a lot of like the Octopath art style.
It gave me more Vanillaware vibes.
Vanillaware.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Dragon's Crown, Odin Sphere, or whatever.
I'm surprised how excited I was for Shin Megami Tensei.
It's
What is it, 5?
5.
I've never played those games before, and
they're harder than the Persona game.
well, just the RPG elements look amazing. Seeing the monsters or the demons that I recognize from Persona 5 makes it very approachable, and I don't know.
You'll have a good time with it. It is highly replayable too. That's one of the things that, like the progression, like the character progressions you can do are just phenomenal. Like, I don't know, it's got a whole different vibe. It's really hard to explain.
It is a different series, but the skeleton is there. But yeah, no, like the customability of it, the more in-depth fighting and strategy of the game really makes it like your more in-depth team building rewarding. Lot more menu time.
Yeah.
I will warn you of that.
Okay.
There's a lot more menu time, but
Not always.
Like RPG elements such as story, are these like the
lot
120 hours?
it's a lot darker. I wouldn't
You
say
said
that.
Persona
dialogue and
5 was
convers-
long.
I don't
Yeah, a
think
lot of
it's
conversations
Persona
and-
length,
Okay.
but now that it's voice acted, it probably is.
Okay.
I'm assuming that this is going to be way more voice acted than any of the other Shin Megami Tensei series.
There's no social.
I mean, there won't be Ryuji, so it can't be the greatest game. But
Damn.
That's what I hear.
Have you got to hear Ryuji say "fuck" yet?
I don't know when would I hear that?
You got to play Persona Strikers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. It's a reward. Fuck. He actually says the word "fuck," and it's a delight.
Well, damn, for real.
Now I just want to hear Mario
For
say
real.
fuck.
Got to get back to playing that game.
What a sale! What a sale!
Right.
I'll definitely play it.
Yeah, a lot of,
It's a good Muso game.
like I said before, a lot of games that are coming out this year, which was nice to see. And
No
then
Switch Pro.
no
Yeah.
Switch Pro.
Nothing about
I
it.
predicted that though.
I
said
am.
it earlier. There's a chip shortage. They literally just can't.
Let the
There's not enough production.
Let the Switch keep selling while it's selling. No reason to shoot yourself in the foot when you.
I want hardware. I want to geek out about hardware because that's where
Your thing.
my heart lies. Especially
that's why
hardware like the
you
Game &
never
Watch.
open.
Yeah. The Zelda Game & Watch.
It's 4 games, but one of them just a Game & Watch thing with a Link skin. But it's 4 games.
kind of, which is probably the coolest thing that out of all those games. Just the LCD look of the.
Nah, Link's Awakening, the original
The
Game
pixel
Boy,
art
being
was
on.
really good.
I was like, Zelda 1, yes, I expected to, but it's a nice surprise that they put on Link's Awakening, the Game Boy version. That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's weird considering they have
and
a
Adventure
remake
Link,
out
the best Zelda.
And,
that they charge $60 for on its own.
and honestly, it's like they could have just thrown a few more Zeldas on there. There's enough room on that little.
yeah.
You'd think,
Your little
yeah.
They
Game
could,
Watch.
if they did Oracle of Ages and Seasons,
Except
that would
there's
have
a
been
chip
an immediate buy.
And it looked like they actually had a stand made for it with a little Triforce, so you could actually put it on your desk and use it as a watch.
You would have to open it though, Tom. So you would never
I would
get
open
this
it.
functionality.
Yeah, I would open it. I would probably buy 2 and open one of them.
Savage.
Maybe. I don't know. But there are 4 games on it, and if my math is correct, there was 2 games on the Mario, and that cost $50. So this is
There's
gonna
2
cost
games on Mario?
And one
Yeah,
of
I think-
them
I
was a
think Lost
game I
Level.
watched.
One of them was a Game Watch thing? Oh, so there's 1 game on there.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to cost $200.
If it does,
see.
I'm gonna fucking burn down the nearest Target.
Guys, Skyward Sword HD, July 16th. Still on track.
We knew it was
Sweet.
coming, and it still got us.
I will take the, I will
Surprise!
Earliest timeline.
I will buy the Joy-Cons. They're not going to be available. Fine. So I'm never going to have it. Let's just be clear about that. Will I play Skyward Sword? You know what? It depends on how
You're gonna do
depressed
it.
I am.
You're going to do it.
Do I want to deal with those
Curiosity.
stupid robot guys in the mines? No.
Those are stupid robot guys.
I liked sailing the desert ocean. That was cool. That was a cool part of that game. Everything else kind of...
Right. Okay.
It's an like I said before, it's an incomplete game.
I saw your ears perk up at Just Dance 2021 or 2022. I don't know.
Well, I just got to dance.
When you feel it in your soul.
Big Beyonce fan.
Yeah, I'm happy that Beyonce will be in the game because a lot of speculation was happening. That
Yeah.
She's in Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
There will be the Beyonce
playable
skin
character.
for Zelda.
I screamed, "Slay, Queen, slay!"
What was this game? It was what they called it, a wholesome like strategy game or a resource management game. The 2 Point Campus, was that what it was called?
So 2 Point Hospital, it's a sequel to 2 Point Hospital, which is a kind of comedic hospital simulation game.
Yes,
Think
like Scrubs.
I literally describe it almost as like a management game in the theme of Scrubs.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, really?
like
Okay.
that's literally like what it is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's from what I've seen.
I know.
I never played.
You build it up. It's like almost like a Sims like where you build up your own hospital, you build your wards and everything like that. And then the RNG god throws nightmares at you, and you put out fires.
That god is an
sometimes literally like
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a fun game. I never got super into it, but it was definitely like
I was
a
gonna
good
say, what's the
afternoon.
longest you guys played any of these games?
I got like a good afternoon out of the game, and I was like,
It's
oh,
on- it is on
okay,
Game
it's-
Pass.
It's fine. Like,
Okay.
I could see how somebody could get very, very into it in the same way that people have fallen into like The Sims or SimCity or like any of those management games where it's like, yeah, I got 2,000 hours of managing the same thing.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, those games they're meant to be infinitely replayable.
Yeah.
They give you scenarios. They do a lot of things.
Yep.
I thought it was.
I'll have to check it out.
yeah,
You know what? I might play it on Game Pass tonight. I'm still so neck deep in like Aegis Rim.
So deep. So deep. Which is not on the Switch.
Rim Deep?
Yeah. Honestly, that game could run on the Switch very well. I'm surprised.
If
it's
they
not.
announced it for the Switch, would you have bought it again?
I would probably buy it again. Yeah,
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
You've heard it here.
I don't do the double buy very often.
No double dipping?
No, I try not to.
Guess you're just not a fan of anything.
I'm dead inside. That's
yeah.
true. I am dead inside.
So am I.
WarioWare, new one, coming out on
Fantastic.
September 10th. That was a nice little surprise.
$50 price tag. I just checked. It's going to be $50 for WarioWare.
Okay.
Is it?
$10
Okay.
off the norm. That's perfect.
Not
I
bad.
think I think these WarioWare games in the recent years have been kind of not great.
What was the last one?
I think it was WarioWare, like the 100 best kind of situation. I think it was for the 3DS.
Okay.
I had sold my 3DS at this point, so I never played it. I automatically assumed, which is unfair.
You know what that assuming does?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Something about you and me?
Never mind.
But
just turned to
I
my
also
dad for a
wasn't.
second.
But it was also mini games I had played before. I like the fun and fresh kind of take on things. My favorite WarioWare game is still WarioWare Touched on the Nintendo DS original.
Okay.
However,
No smooth moves?
Smooth Moves is a close second.
Smooth, yeah. Like one of the few games I bought for the Wii.
One of the
on
few
day
games
one.
on the Wii that works perfectly when you open it.
It really did. Yeah. It didn't work too bad. So yeah, to me that one looked good. I think the multiplayer aspect of it, there's the co-op or whatever, looked pretty decent. So let's all buy it and play it together, guys.
Sounds like fun.
Or a couple of us could buy it and just like play it.
Do we have?
Yeah, is it 2-player? So
Let's hear predictions for the Zelda Game & Watch price.
oh god,
I'm going
Hundreds?
to go.
$70.
I'm going to go 60.
$50.
$50.
$50.
Hey,
Not bad.
So they really just like eclipsed themselves.
Yeah.
Like those games are still all four of them. I imagine. Are
If you take
going
out
to
the
be playable.
sticker, it's gonna have like the Mario sticker underneath. Probably those.
How does that make you feel that you have it all nice there and you never opened it and every single target has 25 of them at any given time?
I don't know. I feel good. That doesn't really bother me.
I think it kind of bothers you.
Not yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh.
moving on.
Wrapping up here a little bit. We had a bunch of Zelda stuff at the end outside of Skyward Sword. I guess anyone who plays Age of Calamity, you get a new expansion.
Zelda was on a motorcycle. Who the fuck knows what that means? I just
What does it mean?
It sounds hot. That's the office.
She has one of the worst accents in video games. Her voice acting is dog shit. I've got a weird posh accent, and I kind of talk like this. Link. Yeah, it's bad.
It's very like faux pas Shakespearean.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yes.
Yeah. I was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
They need to get Gwyneth
it's bad
Paltrow, a
posh.
true English actress.
It's bad posh. Yeah.
God damn. So they ended with what we thought we were hoping to see, I guess. Breath of the Wild 2. Mm-hmm. What were your thoughts on what we saw in that? I thought it looked pretty good.
I think it's not coming out in 2022. If that's all they
Yeah,
show.
no, definitely.
Just the way you said, we're aiming.
Yeah.
We'll try. I think it's going to be March of 2023, and that is such a weird thing to say.
You think they won't just sit on it
No, they
for
won't.
a better?
No, they won't.
I mean, I still think that that comes out day and date with Switch Pro. So when either one of them's ready, that's
The other
probably
one's going
I
out.
think that March 2023 is a more valid time to release.
If the game's
Pro.
not ready, that's such a mistake.
Well, yeah, they want a repeat of the Switch launch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they do another Zelda, it is going to be that. It will still run on this, but I don't think obviously it won't be 4K, and I imagine there's going to be some issues. And maybe that's why the development team is taking so long now, is because they have to make kind of not technically a different game, but a different game.
to utilize the new hardware.
Yeah.
That could be.
Link just went right through the ground and popped up on top. I was like, whoa.
I like that.
That's
Link-
insane.
Link has fully embodied the gamer spirit. He's now clipping through objects.
Yeah.
He's gotten there now. No, I love Sky Islands. That's one of my favorite fantasy aesthetics. So
Dude,
I
and
saw
it looks-
Sky Islands, and I'm like, done.
I liked it, but Skyward Sword in the Sky Island, I was like heart palpitations for a second.
the,
I'm like, don't
way
show a
his-
fucking bird.
Oh,
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to implement the same map from the first game, correct? But add Sky
Some-
Islands and add maybe things below ground?
That was originally what they
it's-
said.
I think that it's actually going to be a situation where I think even the landscape is going to change based on.
An event.
It's another
Event of some
100-year
sort.
time skip.
It's not.
He's going back to sleep, guys.
But with
Do you think they're
these-
going to bring Tekken characters into Zelda?
Oh God, I hope so.
Because I saw him, Kazuya carrying
Yeah.
Ganondorf, so it might be confirmed.
Sure, I'll take them over fucking Beetle any day.
That evil guy is definitely Ganondorf's like weird resurrected corpse. There's like no other explanation.
Steven Dorff.
Stephen Dorff.
It was
True Detective
Ganondorf's
3.
evil twin.
Worf from Star Trek.
Ganondorf.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good, but just total fan service. You know, okay, they knew they had to show it or face wrath, and even Nintendo, I guess, can kowtow to that.
My problem with it is that literally at the end of it, they showed this. They just showed the same still shot of Hyrule Castle kind of half floating in the air for a little bit too long, like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not going to put like I think at that point they were going to show what the title was going to be, but they chose to withhold that. And that is my actual guess, because if, like, I know a bit about editing, and Brad, doesn't that seem like where you would show the title?
There could have been something there. It's also beautiful just holding on that screen though, and just getting a good look at the world. That is where you would put
Like a
release date or
Yep.
gasp of the modern or something. I don't know. Like you'd put that whatever the title is.
With how long it hung, I actually was really expecting it to go and then cut to black.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would have been good.
I was really expecting that, and I was like, oh, dang it.
And then Kirby flies in the background, and you're like, wait, what?
Just starts sucking everything up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, I guess final thoughts on this conference, the Direct. You guys feel like it met your expectations?
I think
And
it did
more.
exactly that.
Could they have done anything else?
It exceeded.
Exceeded.
I think that they, like, I saw a lot of the titles I was expecting to. There were a couple. Wario was a wonderful surprise for me. There were a few. Advance War, which took the spot of what I was hoping to see.
Yeah.
But
Nobody wanted Fatal Frame. Nobody was a fan of
that was
Well,
not
that's I brought it up. They're pumping this as a new game, but I know for a fact it was an episodic game on the Wii U. That I know that for a fact, and I'm like, why are you pretending like this
nobody
is
played
somehow? Well, actually, literally nobody played it. It was technically
Just put it
free to
out.
play, if I remember correctly. You know what? Now I have to look that up because I don't want to say like the wrong.
I have already pre-ordered Monkey Ball.
Damn, you're the quickest pre-order in the West.
It's only $40.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
God.
that's done.
Yeah.
Done.
Oh my fucking god!
Done.
I want
Xbox
physical.
Series X, baby.
I want physical.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! It's gonna look great.
It's gonna look amazing. I had a moment like, should I get it on Switch because it will be fun portable? But nah, I'd rather have high fidelity because I play at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're a man. Man with
No,
control
because
in
I'm
his
a
hand.
boy.
Because you think about these
Yes.
things.
Damn. All right. So for you, they exceeded your expectations.
Men want one thing and it's disgusting, and it's just Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
And Nick, final thoughts from you, sir.
It was a really good showing. I expected a lot of them, so nothing really like blew my mind, or like any of the ones that I was going to be like blown away by.
Yeah.
I agree with everyone. Metroid looked amazing. I'm ready for it. It's
yes.
been too long since I've played a Metroid game.
And it looks sick. It uses, I think, the same engine from Metroid 2, Samus Returns, the remake for the 3DS, because I saw a lot of Melee in there that actually looks like it transfers over. And it's a bit faster of a game, too, which I appreciate.
Yep.
I always thought Metroid ran a little slow.
She moved like a tank.
Yeah,
other than
I
when
will
she
say
rolled
though
up.
that robot looks straight up like Dog from Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
Gabe Newell has probably
got his
lawsuit.
fingers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Or
like that.
maybe they're
It's just collab, straight collab.
right. Alex.
Advance Wars, WarioWare. There's a lot of love for franchises that haven't gotten love in a while,
Yeah.
and it's exciting.
Yeah.
I would have been happy to see some more stuff. I honestly, in the back of my head, thought that we were going to get Mario Kart 9.
There was some speculation. People were kind of anticipating that as well.
No, they should save the new Mario Kart for the Switch Pro.
Yeah. I agree.
That could be, yeah.
Because Mario Kart sells systems,
Yeah.
and the new Breath of the Wild 2 will sell systems,
Yes.
and those games will all come out around the new system.
Yeah.
Yeah. That attach rate for Mario Kart is just, I think, the highest for any game ever per system. So, yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it met a lot of, I don't know, the hype that I had built in my head. I actually wasn't really expecting too much, to be honest with you.
I wasn't
The only
either.
thing, they had said that this was going to be software only, but like I said, in the back of my mind, I'm like, what if this is the year that Microsoft or Nintendo goes against the grain and actually lied to us?
Just drops
And
something.
just drops like,
Surprise!
we are now on Xbox.
Gotcha.
Or I would have
Coming to
loved to
Xbox
see
and Switch.
a tease of hardware, but
Nintendo could be
that'll come
cheeky
later.
and release
It'll come soon.
WarioWare for all the systems. Like, fuck
Soon
it.
for you, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't
Wario's
think
coming
it's
to
too far.
Xbox.
the last time they announced the Switch, there was E3, and then they announced the Switch like the following September. So, and that came out in March. So maybe they'll follow suit with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it'll be interesting to see. But good on you, Nintendo. You were better than Square.
Better than
High bar.
High bar.
Now hold on, I do have to say,
Sony didn't even show up.
and
Yeah, I know.
I don't
get me started.
Like I was saying this on the last.
They got nothing.
one.
Sony's like, we don't have anything to show. We're not going.
Everyone
we
was
are
working
not
from
going.
home right now.
Well,
We're gonna save it for Jeff Keighley.
and I was saying this before. I do think that Sony, since a lot of Square Enix games are becoming exclusives for Sony, that we're going to see Final Fantasy 16 for the Sony, whatever they do, State of Play. Yeah. We're going to see Final Fantasy 16 on that, definitely. We haven't heard from it in a year.
Yep.
There's going to be updates. And I'm going to probably say that they have a few other exclusives in the works as well. I think when they found out that Bethesda was getting taken up by Microsoft, they might have gone into panic mode and maybe pumped some real money into Square Enix because they've got that kind of pally attitude with each other.
We gotta get at least one RPG exclusive before they get gobbled up.
I just want an actual RPG and not like action shit. Like, it's fine. Whatever.
Final Fantasy Origin was okay. The demo was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that for like 3 hours today.
Was it 3 hours long? Or
The last boss, I hit my head on for a little bit.
Chaos?
5. Only said 5 times in the game. Less than the actual trailer, surprisingly.
Right.
But the gameplay loop was fine. It's definitely not Dark Souls. It's not a Soulsborne.
No.
And you can see some of their level design. They loop around like, there's a ladder, drop it down, so you can like get access to things.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Shortcuts.
And instead of having like one, lantern every 2 miles, it's just like lanterns every half a mile. It's a lot more forgiving. And
It has to be. It's got the name Final Fantasy.
It's a lot less difficult. I even played through half of hard mode after I beat the first one, and it wasn't difficult. The boss was tough, but eventually you just realize, if you just spam a certain spell, the last half will drop away very fast.
How were the graphics? Were you able to see the Old Navy tags on the protagonist's clothing?
It did. I mean, it didn't look as good as Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
It didn't look great. There were moments where I was into like the design of the world, but I don't know. It feels very half baked and not there yet. But I do like
that's the way it looked.
I do like the concept of taking those old like NES Final Fantasy games and just making like dungeon exploration action games out of them. You could, if it's done well, that could be very cool because those games didn't have a lot of story back then, so you can just like build up a new game around it. But
they were meant to be kind of a D&D.
Yeah, they were absolutely
because you
100%.
chose your entire party.
But you don't choose this time. You play as Jack, Jed, and Ash.
Are you
Jack, Jed, and Ash?
Jack?
This is just
No,
one dude.
Jack, Jed,
I'm
and
Jack, Jed, and
Ash
Ash.
are the characters.
Those are their names.
Yes, Jack is the main character. Jed is a little bit more like the cheeky, like, I'm a little funny, but I'm cool. And Ash is like the badass black dude.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Garland is Chaos.
Yeah.
He is.
He is not Chaos
That is
yet, but
canon.
he will become Chaos. He explains it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That damn Garland.
I don't know. It wasn't great, but there were moments that I actually was appreciating it. But it's fucking half baked right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that has been the Nintendo E3 Direct 2021. Thank you all for joining, and thank you guys for being on the stream. Hey, we're back.
Surprise!
Yeah. So that Nintendo show.
My thoughts haven't changed in an hour.
No?
No,
The wrap up was
still pretty hyped.
quite the
Okay.
wrap
You're
up.
still
How many more pre-orders have you made?
Just Monkey Ball so far.
And not even for Nintendo, so it's fine.
There's
Right.
like two
Well, I'm
other
gonna get on
tabs
the- it's gonna
open
look
in his
better
phone
on
right
other
now.
systems, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna get on the other systems. Like the same reason I'm not gonna get Avengers on Nintendo or Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the bullshit is making Dylan allergic.
It's like pepper.
So we just watched the Nintendo Direct, and those are our thoughts. And yeah, Brad is right. I don't think any of those have really changed in the few minutes that have
I have changed
transpired.
all of my minds.
Okay, Nick, go
Just
ahead.
everything. No.
This is all bullshit.
No. It was probably the winner. I didn't actually watch the Bethesda one, which I feel like I've won out on.
Well,
The Bethesda one didn't really happen.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, they just didn't show up.
mostly Just them look forward to more titles in the future.
Yeah,
Right.
which
Here's
they
a-
can do on their YouTube page. Like, you got to make it a show. You got to do
I
part
think
of-
during the acquisition,
Yeah.
I think a lot of things are still up in the air. They're juggling quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I think that they could only do so much. I think
Yeah.
they were hogtied. So whatever.
yeah, I did think. Yeah, obviously between these three, Xbox and Nintendo,
Nintendo won.
leads
For
above.
sure. Nintendo did a stellar job. I'm looking forward to Mario Golf. There's stuff. Here's the thing. There's stuff coming up like very close that I can actually think about. I'm gonna play a very fun party golf game. Obviously, I'd want to play with you guys. And
Oh, yeah.
it's just something. It actually gave me something to look forward to. Metroid, all this other stuff. I think it's.
That was my phone.
I think it's going
shattered.
to.
God damn it, Nick! It's shattered now. It's even more of a tragedy than anything.
I love the way Nintendo does stuff now because they really just showed their bigger titles. I'm also looking forward to. I love their indie directs where they just show, these are the new indie games coming out too. This time they focused on bigger titles, and I'm all for it. Period.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah, I guess I would, if I had to pick between all these, I would go with Sony. I think they made the
Ooh,
right
yeah,
choice.
really Powerful statement, really.
We can't just play the Death Stranding trailer, guys. That's not enough.
I mean, it does suck that Sony didn't have anything, to my knowledge. I mean,
They don't want to. They don't play well with others. They need to be by themselves because they're too much of an ego or something.
They're cocksure. That's
I also think that they were sitting on it to make a louder statement. I think that,
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's just as the the gamer in me who has always cherished this time of year when the big three would go.
It's gamer
You want them
Christmas.
there,
You're not wrong.
Everyone just lay your dick on the table.
Yeah. Show us.
But it was a weird E3, but I'm glad it happened, and there was at least a time frame where all these things happen. Metal Slug Tactics.
Yeah,
not shown at any of these. That was a surprise for me. If I had to pick a winner, I would probably go with Microsoft. Just a slight over Nintendo
because of Game Pass.
Because of Game Pass, and some of those the indie games that they showed looked really good. And to find out that game, that Somerville game that we thought, wow, that really looks like Inside, are actually that's coming from a company formed by Playdead people. So it's like, okay, that makes sense, and that looked really good. But yeah, just the Game Pass, the potential of Game Pass for me. How about you folks?
Got to go Square Enix, top of the line.
Brad?
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
Knocked it out.
I appreciate the against the grain attitude, but you are so right.
Everyone agrees
You really changed my mind with
it
the
was
whole-
Square Enix. No, I guess that Nintendo was what my favorite presentation was, just because the number of surprises and games I didn't know were going to come back or have new releases. It was very exciting.
And Just Dance.
Yeah, and Just Dance as well.
That's key.
But Microsoft is a close second. Microsoft was great, and Game Pass is one of the greatest values in modern gaming right now. New games day one on Game Pass is fucking bonkers to me.
Yeah.
And keep it going. Microsoft, you are killing it.
Yes. Give me 12 minutes. I want to play 12 minutes right fucking now.
Even just 10 minutes, I'd be fine
Well,
with.
and that sells games. It really
30
does.
seconds, you know what I mean?
I mean, it sells games. It's not even selling games. It's just rewarding you for sticking with their service.
Yeah.
That's it. That part rules.
It's that subscription money, baby.
I've never felt like I was wasting my time or energy with Game Pass at all.
Right.
And it's not even that
And
expensive. Like, that's the crazy
Podcasting,
part
on the
of
other
it.
hand.
Sony and Nintendo, I know
waste of
you're
time.
listening. Please pick up that business model. I would like some same day releases on your streaming service of video games.
Not Nintendo. That is not the Nintendo way.
Nintendo would never do that. And
Wow. Could you imagine if they ever
Assassins
did
are
that?
coming to my home right now for me even mentioning it, but
Yeah.
Seamus, you got a nice new suit. I'm going to buy your amiibo.
Right.
It's only $30 for the amiibo set. I looked it up.
Is it only 30?
For the two amiibos. That's a lot of fucking money for
it's
two,
not.
for
two little plastic
figures.
toys.
They're cool plastic toys. Get over yourself.
You're right.
I'll take them out and play with them.
Any final thoughts on Nintendo before we
No.
get out?
No, not
Okay.
really.
No.
Good job.
No.
Right.
Good job.
You almost made us think there was another apology from Zelda Dude.
Right.
At the end. So
It's really cool that
he's
FMC
holding a sword
is
and he's like
on
pointing it at his chest.
Nintendo.
Seppuku.
Like, I'm real into that.
Really sorry.
It has been for a bit, though.
Well, I'm happy to take my RPGs on the road. That is definitely a big one for me. So that was very exciting.
I have to play 3, but I don't have the time for it, so I don't know when I'm going to touch it. Shin Megami Tensei 3.
I get you.
You're going to touch it every time you see Wario on screen again.
Mario.
Pretty good
Brad,
season.
Brad established he wasn't a fan of Charles Martinet.
I did not like the Wario voice actor. It didn't sound like Wario to me.
Yeah, because he only says one line at a time. He doesn't do full sentences.
I don't know if I've even heard him say lines. I've just heard that wah. I've just heard that. That's most of the thing.
Wario.
Well, this has been here at the Dogcast, and this has been our season finale. Stay tuned for summer camp. You think we're going away, but we still have tons of content waiting for you. The Dogcast will reconvene in September, on September 3rd.
Do you think that they would care if we used the Porky's theme song for summer camp?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless it's only 30 seconds of it.
Well, yeah.
In which case, they
Or
don't
the
get a damn
meatballs
say
one?
at all.
Sure. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's going to have a summer song.
What about 3 Days Grace?
Fuck off, Brad. I don't even know what they do.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But before we go for the season, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has listened to us up to this point and all of our shit. And also a heartfelt thank you to you guys, my fellow podcasters,
Oh, don't get sad.
for coming along on this journey.
I really didn't have anything else to do.
I know. I mean, yeah. And you live here, so yeah.
I technically
You live in
did,
his closet right now.
but this has become a strange priority for me.
It is very odd, very odd. But you know, it's always a pleasure to do this with you guys. And turns out, video games and beer and video games are pretty cool.
Yeah.
To a lot of people.
You find good
You are
friends
getting
taking
sappy
care
on
of
us
those.
here.
Yeah. All right, but enough of that shit. Let's get out of here.
Much
Let's
love,
go,
all that.
Let's go to pack our bags for summer camp, guys.
I can't wait. I'm going to be in the lake all summer long.
A duffel bag full of condoms.
That's right.
Boys only camp.
All right, if you want to get a hold of
We'll make
us
balloons.
here, email us at hairofthedogcast@gmail.com. Brad, where are we on Twitter?
We're at summer camp. I don't know. Do we have Twitter at summer camp? I guess it's at Hot Dogcast if we have access to our phones.
Our parents will answer for us.
Yeah.
They have our phones. They're sending us away.
This is Tom's grandma. He's at summer camp, but he wants you to know he likes video games.
Just like that.
Yep.
And I'm Tom's grandpa. I'm going to whoop you with this switch that I just found.
Oh, I was a Switch Lite.
It's a very big stick.
Anyways, if you want, like I said before, if you want to support us in what we do here at the Dogcast and Raw Dogs and everything we do these cool E3 streams. Are they cool? I don't want to say they're cool. Maybe they're not. Let's just say these E3 streams and let you be the judge of that. Go to patreon.com/hairofthedogcast and
Do it.
Throw us a couple bones. Get all that cool bonus content and things like that. And on that note, guys, it's summertime.
In the summertime when we play on the hot dog.
All right.
I want to go back to school.
Oh, I was not about to jump in on that one. Sorry.
Thank you very much. All right, from all of us here at Hair of the Dogcast, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.
Nobody told me this was fat camp.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Intervention time. All right. Bye, everybody.
Faster, piggy.
Everybody say bye.
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 Sound, playground now. They're moving in. She's feeling high, so she knows the way out, but the way downtown ain't paved with pride. Oh yeah. The gravity of lies can't pull her from their eyes. Calculate and divide, leaving her holding less than a soul. And now she's not alone. Caucuses of old payphones call her name. She gonna slip away as she sips away. Empty houses where they said we love ya. Crashing anywhere, dull her conscience clean. Like paper symbols in a symphony. Oh, can you hear them? Ready, steady, choke the local mogul. Make that mojo solo. Burn it hot, hotter than a lonely preacher's daughter. Baby, bullet pressure, bill collector. Ain't the crime, it's time that wrecked your money. Money, can't stand to see it go, yeah. Who you gonna run to? Now the love's through, and the sidewalk whispers your name. No more, no more. Had your fun, now your monkey got your monkey. Your monkey got a shotgun, shotgun. She didn't mind the strings, their hands were shiny things. Her dreams built mountains, they traced her life around them. Promised fame and gold, when her face grew old. She got paid with smiles and vanishing headlines. Red lights, they put it up the gold mine, rolled her off in a one-time sale. Another shell. peer pressure bill collector ain't the crime. It's time that wrecked your money. You stand to see it go, yeah. Who you